Anthropic just released Claude Fable 5 and Mythos 5. Now, this is not just another chatbot upgrade, because in their own article, they show that Claude is doing coding tasks that would take a team of developers weeks or months to complete, as well as they're able to rebuild entire apps from a screenshot and play full games and even make new drug discoveries. But the real story is not what Claude can answer, it's what can Claude do. And how would an Anthropic employee or engineer actually use Claude, Mythos, and Fable 5 to get the most out of it? In this video, we'll be breaking down the difference between Fable 5 and Mythos, as well as some crazy examples that we've seen from these models already, and how to actually use it like an Anthropic engineer. Starting off, Mythos and Fable 5, and what is it not? First off, they're actually kind of one and the same, but kinda. Fable 5 and Mythos are basically the same model underneath the hood. And I'm not just saying that because that's what I think. You can actually see it here when you see the side-by-side comparisons in the Mythos and Fable 5. They're in the same category, doing the same numbers and the same type of task. Both are breaking records within almost all the categories, as you can even see here. So the question is, then what's the difference between the two models? Well, Fable 5 is what we get, the general public, and Mythos 5 is what's kept under wraps. The key difference is, well, the restrictions. Fable 5 is restricted. As we've seen with Mythos, Mythos was able to find different vulnerabilities within people's code systems and their cybersecurity. And well, they don't want that to be in the hands of any and everybody, as well as they're restricting people on different chemical, biological items as well, because they wouldn't want somebody to start making some, well, naughty concoctions, right? And so that's what's restricted within Fable 5. And they say that even with Fable 5, if you do try to prompt it and get around it, they'll just route it to 4.8 opus and they'll let you know. But with Mythos 5, oh, it's everything you get from Fable 5, but unrestricted to a lot of degree. You can do a cybersecurity task, you can even ask it crazy questions, and it will give you these answers because it's in the hands of, well, more selected, curated people like the government. Well, at least these are the people that Anthropic thinks should be able to use it. But the good thing is, Fable 5, as far as they've seen so far, only routes to Opus 4.8 only 5% of the time. So most of the time, you're going to be using Mythos just like the other people. But also, one of the things that people at Anthropic are doing, and also people who got early access to Anthropic are using it for, is of course software engineering. According to this article, they let Stripe people test Fable 5 on a 50 million line of code base using Ruby, and they were able to migrate that code base over in one day. And that may not sound too bad, but they even reported that it would have taken them over a month or even up to 2 months to migrate that code over, which Fable 5, aka Mythos 5, was able to do with no problem. And this is the first way we're seeing how Anthropic employees and engineers are highlighting ways to use Mythos 5 versus the other models. Mythos 5 is so much more powerful that this should be used for large, complex tasks. They even said it themselves. A 50 million line Ruby codebase in a day is absolutely amazing, because this is where models stop feeling like coding assistants and starts feeling like an AI employee. You can hand a project, but that's not all. Internal teams and Anthropic are using it for new and novel research. They said that Mythos 5 was used by Anthropic's internal protein design team to help make new drug delivery systems, and said that it was able to accelerate parts of the drug design process by 10x. This is a little nerdy, but it was able to do insights on different parts about the protein design, run different type of tools, and also recover from failures without human assistance at all. It was able to even give out hypotheses and they preferred Mythos 5 hypothesis 80% of the time more than any of the Opus class models. And this is explaining why Mythos 5 is restricted, because if somebody can make new drugs, new proteins, and even come up with hypothesis by itself, it can handle such a complex scientific task. In the wrong hands, this could definitely be mistreated. But it also shows how Anthropic's internal team is using the Mythos 5 and Fable 5. You can use this yourself to come up with new ideas, hypotheses, and do real deep research even with complex constraints. But another one that they showed on how to really unleash the power of Mythos 5 and Fable 5 is, well, its new vision capability. They hooked Fable 5 up to tackle different video games like Pokemon, and it was able to play the game and beat the game, but it was only given screenshots of the game footage, and Mythos was able to navigate the game and beat the game with no problem at all. Earlier Claude models needed which is basically a helper, in order for Claude to interact with the game and interface with it to get more information so that it could, well, actually beat the game or even get far in the game at all. A lot of times it even beat it, but it would get pretty far. But without any of that, just screenshots, Fable 5 was able to beat the game off screenshots alone. And this is just to show you the power of Claude to go from 0 to 100 with little information. It's not about beating a game, it's about with little context like screenshots. Anthropic's Claude Fable 5 and Mythos 5 can really do the heavy lifting, understand what needs to be done off little information. They was even able to take screenshots of websites and recreate the full website functionality just off the screenshot alone. But the real question is, how would you use this like an Anthropic engineer or a Anthropic employee? Well, you gotta read between the lines. They're giving full projects over to Claude Mythos and Fable 5. Migrating a 50 million line code base, that's not something you're doing one by one. That's Claude Mythos 5 and Fable 5 taking on the task by itself and understanding through trial and error, through thinking and doing it and making it work. Same thing with the vision. It's able to see a game screenshot, and from that screenshot understand what to do next, how to navigate in order to actually win the game. So you don't just ask it questions. This is not your co-companion. This is delegating the work over to Mythos like it's its employee. Same thing with this drug discovery. It's able to think, hypothesize, and then and give you back a report about what they think should and should not happen going forward. This is a powerful employee, teammate, assistant at your hands, and people should stop using this like it's a search or like a chatbot. This is something way more powerful than that. I was able to actually test out a lot of Mythos 5 and Fable 5's functionality and see how well it actually was doing by using the same principles of using Anthropic Fable 5 like an engine. I made some crazy games. I'll be releasing that soon, but if you want to keep up with the latest developments, new AI tips and tricks, and tutorials, you should definitely like and subscribe. With that being said, your boy Dexter out.